Just figure out how I'm gonna set up the old footage here. Hey y'all, Taylor's on a journey. Let's see. Oh yeah, I gotta get the. I'm just trying to figure out how to set the phone up here. All right. We just decided to do this on the fly. So me and Texas Mom were chilling, hanging out. Jonathan, what's up, man? And I was like, hey, you want to go live? And she was like, yeah, sure. So just kind of super did it on the fly. 180 from average. Good evening. So I'm just trying to figure out. Well, I got to get on the chat here, first of all. And then I'm just trying to figure out. Oops, wrong one. Farm Girl. Andy Fishburne. Can't stay long. That's cool. No problemos. We're gonna be on as long as Verizon lets us probably. So I'm just gonna get on the chat. Our house is getting a little bit back to normal, so we figured we'd jump on. Lindsay Hall from Indiana. Rico, what's up, bro? Rosalie Yoder, Billy Montgomery. We got some Cali peeps. Billy Montgomery and Diane Brodeen. How you doing? Our California homestead is Heartway Farms. Everybody's on tonight. Wow. So okay, so let me figure out where I want to set this camera. Texas Mom. Oh, and we are going to. So Billy's in Northern Cali, and Diane, I think, is in SoCal. Waller County, Texas. I don't even quite know where that is. And I thought I'd been everywhere. In Wee Tree. Hey, good evening. Okay, let me see if I can figure out a way to.
Do you want me to hold that while you?
You don't want to hold that. You got little man. Oh, hold on a second. I just got a brilliant idea. Every time I say that, that's right before you hear a big crash and a bang and somebody hurts themselves. So. I'm gonna do this, Texas Mom. Oh boy, here we go.
It's scary.
Let's see how this works, peoples. The challenging part is just getting the microphone. Let's see if I can get that crazy thing to. Oh, it's gonna work. Oh,
I think we should turn this.
I'm brilliant.
It's like I'm sitting on the face of the sun here.
Yeah, well, you can turn the light up because we got a lot of good natural light coming in here.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so. How's that? How's the audio and the video?
Is that better?
That might be better. I don't know what that'll do to the. Yeah, it looks good. Just the phone's got to adjust to it.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Solis. Yeah, and we're Mr. Solis. I saw your post on Patreon. I think it's a brilliant idea. And so there's California Homestead.
Here they are. Heard
yes.
you're giving away ponies.
Heard y'all were giving away ponies. I went too.
Sign me up. Could you give us a pony for free?
All right, so let's see. Joanne Wilson, Carolina Girls. Texas Mom, you're looking lovely, Texas Mom.
Aw, thanks.
Texas Mom is recovering splendidly.
Yes.
Don't you think, Texas Mom? How's the lighting look, y'all? Is it getting grainy without the back? Here, let me put this one. Is this one plugged in?
Yep, it should be. Yeah, lots of.
No, that one's not plugged in.
That's just
Yeah, does that work, or does that wash out poor Texas Mom?
weird, right?
Texas Mom has a glow. Look at her.
It's like
Looks like I'm on the moon and she's on the sun. It's a little fuzzy. Is it better with the light out?
We're so not professional.
I'm so vain that I just no. We're doing this for your viewing pleasure, folks.
It's fine. It is what
There's
it is.
Texas Dad interrupting Texas Mom, running his mouth again. He just loves to hear himself
I
talk.
was interrupting you, but that
Well,
won't be how it's.
Wee Tree says no lights. That's what we're gonna do. Light out. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all. Let's see here.
So
Catch
the
up.
baby's doing great. I'm
He
doing
is
great.
wonderful.
We have my parents in for the next week or so, helping out and enjoying their
Oh, it's been
the
awesome.
boys.
And our wonderful California friends were a mega blessing.
Yeah.
They came in and just were awesome, and
They
it
were
was a
awesome.
blessing.
The house is getting back to normal.
Woo.
It's just so wonderful.
It was wonderful. Yeah, so for one, Mr. Solis had a great idea on Patreon, and he said we should put a like a poll on Patreon and let our patrons name little Tex. So I think that's a brilliant idea. And that's an homage to our patrons that we wonderfully appreciate. And we're super slackers quite a bit with a lot of the stuff that we're supposed to be doing just because sometimes, because there's this, what's it called, life thing, Mabob, that we kind of have to deal with while we're chilling on YouTube.
Wow. Yeah.
Life, babies, and
Kids.
3 under 3 and all that stuff. And work, that dirty 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Work. And then, animals and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not that we have such sweet subscribers, and they're always sending us like awesome little notes and kind thoughts and all these different things, and we just don't always get to respond like we would like because we're just a little bit busy. But they're busy too, so it's not an excuse. But
and if you email us, I've tried my best to email back everybody who's emailed us, but we got a lot going on this past month.
Yeah, a little bit, a couple things. I'm gonna back up here, Texas Mom. I don't want to steal the show. I get accused of a lot of things, people. Lots of things. I read lots of stuff here.
I don't even know how I've put up with you for 18 years.
It is, and see, I embrace it. I think it's great. But and here's the funny thing: we've been getting a ton of traffic on our Modesty Q&A video, and I know all you folk like kind of get it a little bit, but you never expect. I didn't even want to do that video for one, which is why I was acting snarky in it, and that's just classic Texas dad, bad attitude. But so I'm acting snarky in the dumb thing. I'm not even thinking that anybody will watch it, and of course, the story of my life. Everybody and their mom has watched this.
And they're like,
look at that guy. He's got a bad attitude. Well, you picked up on that one. Texas Mom was like, come on, be in the video. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the video. What are we doing that video for, And of course, I got suckered into the video. And and now everybody watches it. And that lady has such a sweet spirit, but that man is... Somebody said I was possessed with devils and I need to be delivered.
oh my.
Yeah, it was
All
awesome.
kinds of stuff.
It was great though. And I think it's awesome because I don't care.
Well, I just think that it's people that don't know us or understand
Right, it's
us
like,
at all, because we have friends that, nobody has our same convictions, and we don't expect anybody to have our same convictions. And
no, and it's like
country.
eavesdropping on somebody's, like, it's like stepping into a conversation like halfway in, where one, you don't understand the dynamic, two, you don't understand the people. Not that we can understand each other that much through snippets on YouTube, but if that's the first video you see, it's
crazy.
Yeah.
Totally
And that's why I don't, even with the comments, even though some of them are woo, but even the ones that are a little bit more harsh, like, I get it. Like, if I jumped into the middle of your life with no context, I would perceive whatever, but it's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to ignore people. Let's see. Oh, Billy, we are in Northeast Texas. But I think, I think you'd shot us an email before, but does the baby get up a lot at night?
Yes.
Some nights.
Well, yeah, but I'm co-sleeping with him, so just kind of nursing him on demand. So it's hard to really remember by morning how many times I've switched him from one side to the next and nursed him. So that's kind of the blessing, I guess, of sleeping with them and not having to wake up all the way. But there are times when he's up, and like 2 nights ago he was up at like 2:30, And then we were just up for a couple hours because he was just awake and he just wanted to hang out.
And last live, I kept saying hi to people, and everybody thought I was interrupting Texas Mom. So
don't say hi to anybody.
I've taken that to heart because I really care what people think, and I immediately change my life to help make people feel better.
We only go live to ignore everybody that's on here.
Christine Taylor, there.
It's funny.
Let's see here.
But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, what are we talking about? Baby stuff or?
We're talking about baby stuff and how crazy hot it is. It is exceptionally hot here. Here's a couple other Texas folk and some Florida person. And the person in Florida, are you originally from Florida? I always ask people that because nobody's originally from Florida. Okay. So let's see here. It's hot here. Desert Angel Homestead. Congratulations on your new little Texas boy from Golden Valley, Arizona.
Thank you.
You can grow figs awesome in Arizona. So. Crystal Rowe from North Carolina. We haven't seen you in a while. Crystal, how you doing? Gray Dragon. Other 4-letter words are wife and kids. That's true. Aha, I knew it. Darlene's from Detroit. Well, hey, Florida's a whole lot better than Detroit. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so what were we? So the one thing I wanted to mention is for all of our patrons and most of our patrons. Well, Mr. Solis is on here now, but they usually do watch our lives. Is we are going to be doing a name little text for our patrons, and so that's going to be on for patrons on Patreon. We are going to be doing a Samaritan video. I want to do that. I almost wanted to do that live. I'm getting kind of lazy. Well, I don't do any shoot or edit, so I don't know how I'm getting late. Poor Goob, man. The guy's overwhelmed.
He's been enjoying his vacation.
Yeah, and I think it's great. He's gotten like a pretty good break. He got a break from Milk and Honey.
Yeah.
And then he's getting a break with the grandparents down.
Yeah. He got a nice break with our friends being here.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. We don't want their whole life to be about YouTube. That's
yeah.
for sure.
McElroy's.
Yep.
In the house.
Hey there.
Oh, you moved down when you were 10 years old. Okay. So you probably didn't get a whole lot of that Detroit on you before you moved. So that's good.
Annie had no humidity today. What is that like? I've never lived anywhere with zero humidity, right?
I was really praying after you gave her the midwife.
What?
She was praying for you after you got the midwife's brew.
Oh, I did that twice,
You
and
should.
that did not work. Nothing
That
worked
was,
with this boy. We had to go to the hospital.
Charlie Tremendous Jones says nothing works. I love it. He says nothing works. Let's see here. Corey Dewhurst from Australia. Good day, mate. Corey Dewhurst is like my #1 fan, y'all.
Can you hold this for a second? He's a little...
Yes, Corey, I hear you loud and clear. And you are my man.
He's totally fine.
Jim liked the Modesty Q&A video. Hopefully Texas Gutter Pro will be on tonight. I quick shot a thing on Instagram just to kind of
Oh, goodness. Oh, my.
Helicopter rides work.
Oh, my.
As far as having babies, you gotta get on a helicopter. Like,
I
is that like a
didn't try
medevac? We did an
ambulance. A very bumpy...
ambulance, as some people call it, ambulance.
It was a very bumpy ambulance ride for about 40 minutes. But
All right, Taylor's on a journey.
I thought
Having
that
an
was
awesome
gonna
Bible
work.
study. She's got to bounce.
Okie dokie.
All right.
It's amazing. What, zero humidity? I bet it is. Enjoy that.
We just got on Cute 151, so this wasn't planned. This was like off of the cuff here. Nordic Star Homestead, Wisconsin.
Yeah. Oh, so when we got to do a baby video too, I would like to...
Fred, look people, capers and cons. We need a commercial break here.
Yes.
In Marietta, Texas,
If
has some of the
anybody's
most
close.
ridiculous grass-fed pig and I'm not trying to offend any of y'all that follow Levitical diet, but I think that if you ate Capers and Cons grass-fed pig, you would repent from your Levitical diet.
It would change your world.
It
man.
was. Yo, Texas Mom doesn't even like ham.
I don't like pork or ham.
And
is the truth.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was so good that I called TD the next day at work and I was like, we have to get some of that ham. Like, it didn't even taste like
Oh, it was
anything
crazy.
like ham that I've ever had.
Yeah, our sweet friends at Capers and Cons.
They do pasture raised
Yeah,
pork.
they do awesome everything, and it was spectacular.
Yeah, amazing.
LC just had number 7. Wow. Now, is that the folks from Waco? LC, are y'all from Waco? Is that Texas Gutter Pro? I know you all were expecting, I think. Let's see here.
Oh, congratulations on baby number 7.
They want you to hold the baby up so everybody can see
Okay.
Mr. Stinky Pants.
He might be.
He's cranky
He's
now.
a little cranky.
He's
right
cranky,
now.
y'all.
He's just woke up and he's ready to eat, like right now.
Oh, that is okay.
Okay, let's
So
try.
Texas Gutter Pro. If we get back down
Can you
to
say
there, he
hi?
is.
Can you say hi?
It's okay, boo boo. Wave hi. Say hi to everybody.
I'm not
This kid is so
happy.
smart he can talk already.
I'm not happy
He's gigantic.
right now. Yeah.
Him's so sweet, that boy.
Say hi.
Him's a gooder.
Say I'm trying to be sweet. I'm trying to be patient with my mama. But she needs to feed me right
So-
now.
So LC just had a baby. What are you doing on a live stream?
Are they in the hospital chilling?
Did you do a home birth or? All right, so everybody got to see the baby.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Texas Mom will be back, y'all. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, do. Is that a new head cover? Is that one of your Walmart head covers, Mom? That's a Walmart head cover, y'all.
2 for $3.
2 for $3. All right, let's see. I don't want to. Okay. How? 2 weeks old. The baby's 2 weeks old. And LC, their baby was a week late. BB from Kansas, good evening. Oh yeah, man. I have lots of figs that are still putting out. All of them. Everything is fruiting right now. My Celeste just ripened, so I had my first 3 Celeste figs off of my first Celeste tree. And everything else is fruiting. I got brown turkeys coming on. I got panaches coming on. I got Texas everbearings coming on. I got cadotas coming on, and Olympians coming on. So yeah, everything else is rolling. Okay, let's see. Any tips for raising boys? Let me think about this. Any tips for raising boys? Lots of room, lots of indestructible things, lots of time outside. Let me see. Any other tips, Mom? Oh, they're chilling at the birth center for a couple hours. So did you guys just have the baby? If you're at the birth center, that means y'all just had the baby. And we were really pushing for a home birth this year, but it did not happen. Josh and Mandy! Good evening, Josh and Mandy. It's great to have you on. We must see you very soon. Hallelujah Homestead got some cute head coverings at Walmart.
How big was their baby?
LC, how big was your baby?
A boy or a girl?
Was it a big boy or a big girl? 4:30. They just had the baby 4:30.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's great. My husband is one of 6 boys. Advice, a lot of patience. Jeff Foreman. What's up? What's up, Jeff? That house looked nice, man. We were not able to do a home birth because of Texas mom. And I was like, listen, lady, bite on this wooden spoon. We're having the baby at the house. And everybody knows what a patriarchal, domineering, what are all these misogynistic, egomaniacal, dunghill I am. But so I told her I'm gonna whoop you with a wooden spoon, but she said call the ambulance. And I looked at the midwife because see, Texas mom always tries to tap out every time. See, and I'm like, is she just trying to like tap out? So I'm like kind of praying about it, and I'm like, Lord, okay. And I looked at the midwife, and she was like, Mom is always right. I was like, okie dokie. So he called the ambulance. And thank the Lord. It was good.
Yes, because it was like 5 more hours before the
8 pounds, 12 ounces, boys. They now have 5 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
Check y'all out. You're like keeping pace with the Texas boys here. Let's see. You know big words. Very few, and I can't spell them. So it's all fake out. Hey, when you go to college for 7 years, you better learn a couple big words. I learned words like ephemeral. I had so many art classes. Wow, James and Lee D. Thank you so much for a Texas mom is taking little man. She's gonna get him. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate it. We love it. Thank you. Lots of coffee, Band-Aids, and outside. For real. Lots of coffee. I live on coffee. Just sitting in the bed. Oh, it was terrible. I had, I don't know what I did to my hip. Well, I do know what I did to Eric. What's up, man? We got the figs going on the Texas Boys Homestead, man. The figs are going crazy. I'm getting ready. I'm going to get a couple rare varieties for the front. I'm going to do a couple in big pots out front because Texas Mom's got this super cool like tropical vibe going on. So I want to do some in pots, but I want to get some rare varieties. So I'm going to be doing that. And I got all my drips. I got all my irrigation lines ran. I just got to put in my drips. And then figs are great for everything. No, we didn't wear the Got Figs onesie yet. But as soon as he wears the Got Figs onesie, it will be online. I promise you. Because it's awesome. Yeah, I got all my drip lines ran. I just got to put my drippers. And we took the well and we added an exterior hose bib today, me and Pup. So I'm going to be all ready for my irrigation. We got a bunch of rain last week, so that was awesome. And so it was super cool. Yeah, where was I going? I was going somewhere. Oh yeah, so I was going with we will. Oh. Did y'all were you guys at the Solark exhibit when I was there, or I don't know. I didn't meet y'all, did I? Or maybe I did. That's funny. Okay. That is the truth. Let boys be boys. You have to let boys. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I had, I was doing some exercising because I'm old and I'm trying to not be old. And I do a lot of deadlifts, super light. I don't do muscle head stuff anymore. And I was talking on the phone. That's how hard I was. And I wasn't concentrating. And I apparently, one of my hip tendons popped really loud, and I didn't really think anything of it, and it hurt real bad for a couple, like a week, and I laid around, and it got better, and then all of a sudden it locked up, and well, I'm glad y'all liked it because there's a lot of people. For whatever reason, that video is getting a lot of traffic now, and a lot of people don't find it humorous. So, yeah, Newton is singing solo. Thank you, Tracy Hayward. What's my favorite fig? I don't quite know yet. I'll tell you what. I had these Celestes were really good. So you did see us at Mother Earth News. Oh, okay. All right, Elsie. You guys, congratulations on the baby, and that's awesome. And we'll see you soon. Yeah, and if we're ever in Waco, we will definitely hit y'all up. We would love that. So that'd be great. Yeah, so I had hurt these tendons in my hip, and it started getting better. Well, then it got really bad, and my hamstring was grabbing. So when Texas Mom was having the baby, I couldn't even. Oh, it was so bad. My leg would lock up. I couldn't even help. It was terrible. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. And like I'm trying to like kneel down, and all was bad. And then she was having some difficulties, and we were like, look at the two of us, man. We're like stinking ancient. It's terrible. It was horrible. Oh, yeah. I've been in the birthing tub before, and I'm always here for. I always explain to people I don't want to see it, but I'm here. But I don't have to look at it.
Is babe light on, maybe?
The light looks good, babe, because we got the ambient.
I'm changing diapers.
Oh, she's changing diapers. She'll be back. I don't know why, man. It's crazy, bro. Backwoods baby, where you been? Yeah, I'm doing great. I got a Rosti, and I highly recommend anybody that has skeletal muscular issues a Rosti, and they tremendously help my shoulder. My shoulder's not 100%, but it's getting better, and they fixed my hip, so I'm not like in a bad way. Mangoes would definitely grow in Arizona. They won't grow here. Well, they would grow in a greenhouse here, and I would love to have mangoes. But Rachel Vorman, hello. Are you related to Jeff Vorman? Oh, Maurer family. Okay. Any thoughts on best chickens that are all year egg layers? That's a challenge because you're always going to be tweaking their food if you want them to lay year round, even down here. But I think y'all are like northeast. In the northeast, you want them to lay year round. You're definitely going to have to mess with the lighting. You're going to have to extend the lighting, and you're going to have to up the protein in the winter. But I mean, Buff Orpingtons and Wyandottes are going to be solid. We've been having a ton of success with these meat birds. They're just they're Jersey Giants, Jersey Cornish crosses, and they go broody and they hatch for us and they lay good eggs. It's kind of funny, but they're super hardy. So Australops are great layers. They are, yeah. We've had we've had everything. We've had Easter eggers and all that stuff. We always go back to. We've had sexlings. We've had everything, but we always have buffs. Buffs are good. Okay, let's see. Yeah, if you over, that's why what we do is we are constantly just kind of rotating in new layers. And I'll tell you what, the ducks are spectacular layers. We have black runners, and we're just really liking the duck eggs. We have golden 300s, we have black runners, and we have the waterfowl, which is the they're not really ducks. They're I can't think of it right now. We have a bunch of them. The big duck, Muscovies. We are really digging the Muscovies. Yep. Rosalie Yoder, if you Arasti is great for plantar fasciitis. So if you have any kind of ligament issues in your foot, they will absolutely do, you know, it is tremendous. It is fabulous. I'm telling you, you should definitely look into it. I've never heard of Cinnamon Queen. You ever heard of Cinnamon Queen chickens, Mama?
Yeah, are they like
Texas mom's heard of everything.
Are they like what are those?
See a line? Do you say a line? Kasu.
Are they like those Red Rangers or whatever they're called? I think they're the same kind of chicken. Or
Those
sex
are like-
links.
Is that like a is a Cinnamon Queen like a sex link?
Or like the Red Ranger. I think they're all the same kind of chicken.
Do you guys have ISA Browns? I'm not sure what that is, Corey.
I think they're like a sex link too, right? Isn't there like all these names that are all like a similar chicken? That's what I understood it. I was reading up on some chicken breeds a while ago, and I think there's like several names for similar kinds, like sex link, right? Red Rangers. There's like a few different ones that are the same mixes.
Isa Brown. Nelson.
We don't have them.
How hot is it here today? It got to one. It was cool today. It got to 102, but it's been like 107. It's been
Cool
smoking.
102.
Oh yeah, the Cinnamon Queen is the same as the Red Sex Link, Gold Star, etc.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. There was like a bunch of names that are all similar.
Oh, here we go. Shotzi Brown says the Modesty Q&A. It was the first one I ever saw, and I'm so relieved that you're not that much of a cynical jerk.
Oh, no, I think, you know, we have friends, all of our friends and all of our family, none of them have the same convictions as us. And praise the Lord, that's good. That's what makes the world go round.
Yep.
We are not robots. We don't all look the same. We are not. We were just sharing our own convictions and just being silly and having fun. And we weren't talking about, I don't know. It sometimes things get misinterpreted to, like,
Well, yeah, when you're making observations and you're not referencing anyone exclusively or specifically,
right.
and then
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know what? I mean, he used to be able to just, you know, if you're not being pornographic or obscene, I mean, you used to be able to just say what you thought, and of course, a lot of people disagree with you. Obviously, I mean that's America.
That's fine.
You know, freedom of liberty of conscience, and we totally believe in that.
It's a free country. We were just saying that there seems to be a trend of people becoming more and more and more naked, and that seems to be the trend.
And for people to deny that, you know, I was talking to Texas Mom this morning, and you know, because the people make it's getting a lot of comments, and they'll say, "Oh, does Texas Dad have a problem with looking?" Well, men are designed obviously to be attracted to women, and women are designed to be attracted to men. So I think we all we want to look to some extent because that's the way we were created, obviously. But the point is like, I don't want to see somebody's stinking cleavage. Like, why? You know, that it is their your private part should not be hanging out, and I don't understand why that is like
so extreme.
Yeah, like how is that like and they use these buzzwords, these media talking points. You're body shaming. No, like, and there's already been articles about that whole body shaming thing and how it's making people fatter. Because I mean, look, we were that was in our Bible study last Sunday, right? They were ashamed. It's good to be ashamed. It's good to be ashamed, y'all. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. You know what happened when they were ashamed? They repented. They changed. Shame is good. Shame is not bad, right? So stink and be ashamed. Yeah, cover your junk up. Cover it to stink up. Look, does people buy dirty magazines and all that stuff? Of course people want to look at it. Everybody wants to look at it, you know? And if your husband wants to look at it, show it to your husband. But keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But see you, Eric. You leaving? All right, bro. Hey, Eric, how's your back doing, man? All right, let's see here. So I don't know why that's... our critters are coping well with the heat.
Yeah, they're doing good. We moved the rabbits into the shade, and they are not anymore out. I think Goob already did video on that. They're not being out.
Yeah, we've elevated them, and we got them in the shade.
Yeah, so we aren't having any more problems with the worms or heat because they're in the shade. Miss Honey Girl is looking like 3 times the cow that she was when she went away to be bred, and she's hanging out in the shade most of the day too. So that.
Oh, Blanco. And she's not ashamed. Oh no. She says my daughter's in Blanco and she's not ashamed. No. Cover your child.
Yeah, I mean I've gotten some really sweet emails from some different
We have
ladies.
gotten tremendous. Yeah, it's you know, it's great.
There's not one way to be modest, and everybody has different husband, everybody has different situations, and you know, we weren't at all, like I said, all of our friends and family have different convictions than us. So
Obviously, yeah. I mean, we
we
have
were-
friends with lots of different.
we were speaking just to our own personal convictions,
Yeah.
and just on the way that society is going as a whole. Just like,
Well, and people say it's judgmental, and I tell people all the time, I have neither the power to condemn you or the power to send you to heaven. Like, you know, we observe things the way that we see it, but I'm not judging anybody because what I think about a person is totally irrelevant. But they should consider their ways and think about what God thinks about them. And we do get all these crazy comments about, like, God doesn't care anything about what you wear. He just cares about your heart. And somehow your heart can be perfect, pure, and true. And somehow you can be a born-again, regenerate Christian and it not reflect at all in your outward appearance. That is the most obscene, absurd, foolish, non-biblical, paganistic, atheistic, carnal concept that is nowhere in Scripture. But it's people forming a God in their own image, and it's wild. Rain country. Eric, you should. Hey, Mr. Rain, what's up? Is it raining there or what? No, we believe in freedom of liberty of conscience. That's why we're Baptists. We believe in the 2 tables, and we believe in. Yep. Oh yeah, we might have to hop off in a little bit. I guess he's getting cranky. Eric, check out Arasti, man, and they definitely have it out your direction because it's based out of Austin. But check them out, and I guarantee, bro. I'm telling you, man. Wow. Wow, and they live in the Arctic, and people run around naked up there. Check that out. That's what's wild. I mean, I just... Little Tex is going on a rant.
He's got a bellyache or something.
Oh, yeah. I had something today. It was weird. I ate a whole entire 2 pounds of cherries yesterday, like in one shot, and I thought I got too much of something in one shot. I'm 42 and Texas Mom is 40, and we have 5 boys and a girl, and so the other kids are with the grandparents in the front living room, and they're having a blast. They play Old Maid and all that good stuff, and this new electronic battleship. They love it. Go milk the cow, Annie. Good seeing y'all too. That's how you do it. Oh man, and I thought it was the cherries, but it must have not have been the cherries. I don't know, or it could have been. But today I was still kind of feeling the power or something. Man, it's crazy. Because I was a fruitarian for over a year, and I love it, and that's one of the reasons why I'm growing all the fruit. And once I have it, the pears are slamming, so I know the pears are going to be doing good this year, and the figs are going to be doing good. And once I have that, I'll probably go back almost full fruitarian, at least while I'm in season. And but yeah, I'm big on the fruitarian. We are Northeast Texas, so we're like near White Oak. Our P.O. box is in White Oak. Yo, Jonathan. How you guys doing? Yes, cherries are great for joint pain. Maybe that's why it helped my hip a little bit. Yep, so let's see. Did I miss anybody else's? I know everything was rolling here fast here. Huh, he's just that little boy is so stinking perfect, I'll tell you what. But right now he's not being perfect, so what do you know? Dark red gooseberry that tastes just like a sweet tart. All right. Oh, I kept looking at gooseberries. I planted a couple. I don't know. We're just hitting the topics as we go along. Yeah, it has been hot, bro. Woo. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so okay, that's where we're located. How do you decide if long pants or short pants are modest? That's gonna be a personal preference. My opinion for men, and this is just my conviction is, I want to cover my thigh, so I want if I am going to wear shorts, I always wear long socks pulled up, and if I do wear shorts, they're below my knee, and I always wear boots. So, if any of my legs exposed at all, it's like maybe 3 to 4 inches from below my knee to the top of my sock, and and I stopped wearing tight t-shirts, and I stopped wearing tank tops, and I used to cut all the sleeves off my shirts, because I was a musclehead, and I wanted to show everybody apparently, and now that I'm old, I do wear socks with sandals, but we have fire ants down here, so I don't wear sandals anymore. I love flip flops, but you can't do it with the fire ants, so I don't do it. So I think that's the big thing. All right, backwoods baby. I think if you put something on and you're like, I wonder if this is modest, it probably isn't. You know what I mean? I think that's always a good indication, especially if you're a born again Christian. God's gonna convict you, of what it is. Okay, so you are in Cherokee County, which I've probably been down that way. Gerald Anderson. Well, if you ever want to get together, shoot us an email. We love meeting our subscribers. And I'm all over the map. I'm always driving around everywhere. Yes, and like Heidi says about the thigh is biblically in the Bible the thigh is nakedness. So that's where I get that conviction from, and so that's where that comes from. Texas mom, Corey. Texas mom can do things that I just can't do, bro. So fight the power, feminism, and all that good stuff. We were created differently, so there you go. Yeah, Jessica mentions the Jezebel stuff. I mean, with all this modesty stuff, the rage against the machine is always the man. It's always stinking Jezebel. I can do what I want, and I can wear what I want, and okay. Well, that's if that's what you want to do, go for it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Snow. See, look, I got your name right this time. Let's see. Like some girls or kids or Converse or Gordon said the ones in men and women, but especially Converse and kids. You're saying that the shoes look androgynous. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I think it's all when it. I think if you start defining it, I mean, shoes. I mean, I don't really quite. I can't see how shoes could possibly be gender specific. So I think you can reduce it to. I don't want to say. Now, look, if it's your conviction and you're convicted that way, I don't want to say. But I do think that anything you can reduce to a ludicrous point. But at the same time, if you're like, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that, then absolutely don't do it. But I do think. Like for example, some of the Amish and the Mennonite, they'll get down to such far minutia as far as like buttons and clasps and that kind of stuff, like and mechanical buttons, and I'm like, man, that's getting like, do whatever you got to do, but that's just getting so like too. It's completely extra biblical, and I mean, if you want to do that, but I don't think you could make a biblical case for it. I would love to go to Kansas City for barbecue because they have awesome barbecue. Oh, it's so terrible, man. God, it's terrible, and these all these new. That's the other thing I always get. They're always saying I have some kind of modern contemporary haircut when I've had like the same haircut since high school. I mean, I either comb it up the middle or comb it to the side, and but whatever. It's just funny to me because they're like, look at his modern, look at his style. But I've literally had the same hairdo since high school. So, but let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry, I missed. I'm so politically correct. Heels are gender specific. Well, that's true. Yeah, and I think that, I mean, I know Texas Mom is definitely, Texas Mom is convicted about not wearing high heels because they are very stripper-like. Just saying. Out of Goshen, what's up, Eric? How you doing? The boys are with the grands in the living room, and they're playing Battleship. And yeah, it's wild to see what people wear, especially to church. It's incredible. It's unreal. You don't do you wear high heel cowboy boots? Man, this one pair of cowboy boots I got, they were kind of high heel. They're not comfortable, man. They're expensive too. Yeah, they do Battleship, Uno, but they have this new electronic Battleship, and it's got this advanced mode, and it's pretty cool. They love it though. Yep, Out of Goshen is getting ready to lock into place there. That is super cool. Yeah, I don't like the taller ones, man. They don't fit my feet right. I do like my cowboy boots though. Yeah, Texas mom. I mean, Texas mom totally has her own convict. Texas mom will be convicted about something, and she'll talk to me about it, and I have, and I'll say, look, if you feel like that, absolutely. I mean, because see, Texas mom went way more modest and conservative way before I did.
I think I should turn the big light on, right? Let me try it.
You can.
It looks like
it's still.
dark in here.
It might be.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it'll adjust. Yeah, it's looking good.
So we're not in the dark.
I could always face the wall. That would help the picture too.
I always had the Lord changed my convictions over the years and still does. And you know, that it's between me and the Lord, and I obviously take it to my husband and ask him, but he's never been like, you're gonna wear skirts full time, lady, or you're gonna wear a head covering. Like, that's never been our relationship.
And we have, certain things she's been a kind of ahead of me, so to speak, and then other things I'd be like, well, you should really think about this, but it's never. It's I know people, and I do like being for women, and they want to buck the design and the system. And I understand if you're lost, of course you're going to want to buck the system because you're lost. I mean, there's no reason to abide by God's design and God's system if you're lost, even though some families still do that, which is interesting too. Doth not even nature itself, we know that it's been written on our conscience, but for some, and then some have a seared conscience. But
can I do a quick commercial break?
Commercial break. Texas mom, ADD moment. I do it all the time. Go for it.
I'm sorry, but he was just screaming his head off, and he's never done that. He had a serious bellyache, and I put him in this thing, and he totally fell asleep. So I got this on eBay because it was half the price. I got it used. It's called a baby Catan baby wrap carrier. It's like the Moby wrap, but you don't have to have all the fabric and tie it all up. And I got it for $20 used on eBay. And I'll tell you what, when nothing else works, I put him in this thing, and he's totally chill. And he was full bore screaming. He's never had a bellyache like that yet. And for whatever reason, his little belly was hurting him. Nothing was working. And I put him in here, and it totally works. So if you're going to a baby shower, or if you know of anybody in your family or friends that are having a new baby, this is an awesome baby gift. Baby Catan. It's K''Tan, I think. So anyway, there you go. Commercial break. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
No, and I'm just trying to catch up on the comments because I was. If I want to make a lucid statement that makes sense, I have to concentrate, and I can't read, or it gets bad. So, but I'm missing all the. There was some.
You were talking about some families, have submission and things down, even though they're not. They don't love the Lord, or they're not saved. They have order, which, I mean, our country used to have order in the family that long ago. There was order, even in non-Christian families. Mainly, there was character, there were morals.
Yeah.
the father did make the last final decision, and
Yeah, and Snow wants to know about women in sports. I mean, and I used to be a musclehead, and I used to be real into sports, and I'm like, and honestly, even with my boys, I don't even want my boys in sports. One is has a lot to do with all the Greek god stuff, like the Olympics, and hey, the Olympics used to be nude, and all that stuff. The reason we think we need sports today is because we're so detached from society and we're so emasculated as men. We think we need to play games because there's structure and there's these male leaders, male figureheads. It's because boys don't have dads, right? So we need to have this coach. Hey, coach. And I used to be into all this stuff, but I'm just telling you, it's just a simulation of real life. And here's an idea: live real life. And I'm not trying to offend anybody, because everybody knows that I'm really worried about offending people. But it's true, And I was the biggest MMA, football. I mean, all of it, like all of the synthetic male testosterone, agenda-driven. Best way to emasculate men. I was all about all of it. And it's all to redirect men's focus so that they don't lead, so that they're not good fathers, so that they're not good husbands, so that they're distracted, so that the country goes to hell in a handbasket. And it's working. So, but girls have no place in sports. And honestly, boys have no place in sports. I mean, if you want to go and play, I love playing sports with my kids, but on an organized level, and especially go play in an organized Christian sport, and you'll see some of the most ungodly attitudes, and you'll hear the worst cursing that you've ever heard in your life at a Christian basketball league, and guys will be elbowing each other in the nose and breaking. I've seen some of the most atrocious actions in Christian sports leagues, and I am crazy competitive, and I'm very competitive at my job, but I'm just telling you, it's a bad bag. It's just, that's my opinion. But nobody asked me.
Well, do you think sports too is like a knee-jerk reaction in some ways to
See you, Nelson. I'm sorry if I missed you. Jan Anderson.
To living in a
totally.
town,
It's a synthetic. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you have this little postage stamp backyard. You have these wild and wrangly boys and girls even, and you don't have any outlet for them. So they're in school all day and they need things to do after school. So
yes.
It's just you get pigeonholed.
It's synthetic. Yeah,
into this because we did.
Yep. Oh yeah, we did all that. See, and that's the thing about judging it and making statements about it. Look, we did it. We did all that stuff.
We did soccer.
We
did swimming.
I wore Daisy Duke cut-off jeans and mowed my front lawn with practically my underwear hanging out of my shorts. And God forgive me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what and these people are like, oh, this guy's a jerk and all, and you can wear whatever. Yeah, I know. And I'm warning you. I've done all that. My body is falling apart. And I was the biggest meathead in the world, and I always wore a tank top, and I did all that stuff, and that's probably why I'm physically paying the piper. Maybe not, but I'm just telling you. It's that's the funny thing when you have convictions, and Texas Mom gets it all the time in the comments. No, wearing a head covering draws attention to you. But wearing a low neck V with your boobs hanging out doesn't, or whatever. It's like, whatever. Look, if you dress modestly, of course you're going to draw attention to yourself, because very few people dress modestly. So the argument is just wear yogi pants like everybody else and curl your hair and paint your fingernails. Why does this guy hate painted fingernails? I don't. But look, when it comes to makeup, look in the Bible. Who painted her face? Done. Okay, there's your Bible study. Right? There you go. Just saying.
Yeah, and we have photo albums of us. We've walked through some life. You know, we are 40-some years old. We aren't 20-year-olds that have been raised in a bubble that have never experienced any of the flip side of life. So yeah, we are speaking from our own experience and our own convictions.
Exactly.
And just what we've...
Yeah, it's what we've been through, and it's where we're at, you know. And we've been through a lot of crazy junk, and the Lord's seen us through it and out the other side and blessed us, not because we're anything, we're nothing. I get up some days and I look in the mirror and I am amazed that I am still here, you know. And that's not any fake humility junk and oh, I'm so humbled and all. No, but I'm just being honest. Like, I am thankful. Look, I got all these beautiful kids, you know, and a beautiful wife that loves me. And look, and I'm gonna get all sappy on y'all, but yeah, it's amazing to me. But all we're doing, we're sharing a little bit of our life. It blesses people. I hate YouTube. All right, I hate YouTube. I hate social media. It's the man. It's the beast system. And eventually we're all going to get kicked off or whatever, or tracked or whatever, and whatever's going to happen. But if it can help somebody, if it's a blessing to somebody, great. And if it's not, there's 40 million obscene channels on YouTube you can watch. And if you're a fat lesbian, this is a comment. I'm a fat lesbian that wears mascara and tight pants. While watching, and I hope that this helps you. But it's bizarre to me, like, why would a fat lesbian? But it is curious, you know. But
she took the time.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed a question. I'm sorry. Okay, somebody asked. I apologize. I got on a Texas. Okay, Taylor is a new subscriber and was wondering what type of church y'all went to. We are historic Baptists. I think we said that in the 30 questions about Texas boys, and for lots of reasons. And I think we've covered them in some of our other videos too. And we'll probably cover more in the future. But yeah, the main reason we're historical Baptists is because the Baptist people, Waldenses, Paulicians, Donatists, Huguenots, Lollards, was the churches of Christ that existed outside of the Church of Rome. And they always existed. They were persecuted by the Catholic Church. 50 million Waldenses were slaughtered by the Pope, and the Waldenses baked the bread of the Texas Receptus into their bread. They preserved the Word of God, and that's who God used. And we believe in the two tables of the law and the liberty of conscience. So we believe in being baptized by immersion upon profession of faith. So we don't believe that baptism saves you. We believe that baptism is a clean conscience towards God, and so that's why we're Baptists. And so I hope that answers your question.
And there's a really cool documentary on YouTube called The Radicals, and it's
not. It was written by reformers, I think, but it's still okay to watch.
It'll give you a
little idea.
Yeah, of some history there.
Oh, it says I'm buffering. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Allison Albright, hey, how you doing? Texas Tania. I guess 8 to 10. That's a closer one.
So we've had lots of sweet friends and neighbors stopping over in the past.
Do the boys ever get in trouble?
Never. They never.
The Texas boys are perfect, y'all.
They never do anything wrong.
I'll be honest, they don't get in trouble that much. Probably at least once a day, but not as much as your kids, all right? Our kids are better than your kids, okay? So, just so we're clear.
I don't know about that. But,
oh, no.
we have a chore chart, and they are all getting older, so they understand. I mean, we're at a point with our children that you can reason with them.
The Pope has pure immunity on every continent. Why? Just saying, y'all. The Pope, dude. The Holy See. Don't make me go down the Pope rabbit hole on you. If you're a Catholic, come on now. The Pope, ex cathedra, the vicar. Come on, man. That ain't in the Bible. Just be honest. That's all. Repent, get right. You don't, but if you don't, I'm just saying. That's the Pope. If you think a man speaks on behalf of God, and I had this incredible. We were out street preaching, and I talked to this super Catholic guy. Had this crazy crucifix thing hanging around his neck, and I just said to him, I'm like, yeah, but what about the Pope? And he speaks ex cathedra on behalf of God, right? And I'm like, how does that work? Well, when he's sitting on his gold throne, and I'm not lying. And this guy was a devout Catholic, and honestly, any honest Catholic, this is what they teach. He's sitting on a gold chair, right? He's going to help the poor, but everything in the Vatican is gold plated or solid gold with gold that they stole from the rest of the world. And it's just something to think about. People are starving, and every intelligence agency, CIA and all them, it's all Knights of Malta, it's all Vatican driven, and who is the great whore? I'm just saying, that's all.
So I think I was talking a little bit about chores. Somebody was asking, do they ever get in trouble? I was just saying, at this age, we've already laid the foundation with our children at early, young ages. So by this point in time, and probably even, it's been like this for a few years now, that we can pretty much reason with our children. We work really hard at keeping their heart towards us, and just having that relationship with them, and trying to keep that right between us. And I mean, we want them to be our friends as they turn into adults and move into adulthood. We don't want to lose that relationship with them. So I mean, they have a chore chart, they're able to earn money, and I will take money away for bad attitudes or something not done correctly or whatever. I'll be real quick to say, go minus $2 off of that. You did it, but you did it with a bad attitude, So that really, at this age, I think they understand that. That's an immediate consequence that they can understand. And they know at the end of the month that all those little $2 or $1 or whatever it is going to add up. And I had one that actually lost a whole day's worth of work. Had to draw a line through it last month, and I will not tell you which one it was. And when they tallied up their money yesterday for their month, they were just like, oh wow, he lost that whole day, and I don't remember what he did to lose that whole day. We didn't stay on it or dwell on it, but evidently he probably just had a bad attitude, and that was it. So that is how we, if you want to say discipline at this age, it's really more about relationship and rules, because we're here living together every single day. So it's just reality.
All right, so let's see. I'm just trying to.
And we do have a video about their chore chart. If
Yep.
you go back and watch that, and they'll go over all their different things they do throughout the day. I mean, obviously every house is different and every family is different, but it might give you some ideas. I do it for a month, and that way I'm done for the month, and they literally have every single thing on there that they're expected to do during the day. And that way I don't have to nag them. I can just say, go look at your chore chart.
Yeah. That's the challenge for me and Texas Mom is, how do you keep your kids' heart? We want our boys to stay here till they're ready to go. And and when I mean ready to go, obviously that they'll want to go, and two, that they're prepared to go. And how do you keep their heart? You know, the world is so, speaking, coming from a person that was entangled and drawn by everything that the world has to offer, and had some type of worldly success in business, and you know the Lord continues to bless me. I don't quite know why. I'm not smart or anything, but you know I'm street smart, I guess. I can tell if somebody's trying to pull a con job on me, but I mean other than that, but yeah.
So how do you keep their heart?
How do you keep their heart? I don't know.
Yeah, I just think it's
That's the challenge.
thing. I don't
It
think
is a
it's,
daily thing, and you don't want to. You know you want to be well. Here's the other biggest challenge is I grew up poor. I grew up American poor. You know when people really were poor in America in the sense that you know we kind of scraped by. I didn't know it, but you know, but me and Texas mom, we had a couple bad patches financially, but we were never poor. We were never down and out. We were never, you know, when we first moved, it was tight for a little bit, and when we first got married, it was tight for a little bit. But we've never,
like worried about food or anything.
no, and we never really honestly had to struggle. I mean, yeah, work really, really hard, still work really, really hard, but never honestly had to struggle. And I can't explain that. You know what I mean? Like I can't say why we haven't, but that's my biggest challenge is how do you still like cuz I mean, I worked when I was young and I had to pay for everything. I had to pay for my own car, I had to pay for my own schooling, I had to pay for my own clothes because my parents didn't have it to pay for it. If they had it, they probably would have paid for it maybe. I don't know. My dad was pretty hardcore and legit about working for your own stuff and keeping your own stuff. My dad was an incredible role model for me, but my dad had a lot of challenges, learning disabilities and different things, and just blasted through all of it and achieved a lot. But how do you provide your kids with tools and different things that they need, but still and have all the abundance that we have and still grow up hard. You know, your kids need to grow up hard. I honestly think that that's a key is like they have to make do with what they have and they have to grow up difficult in the sense that
Have responsibility.
you can't just get everything you want all the time.
Right.
And you
have to
can't
learn things.
you earn what you get, and if you don't appreciate it and care for it, then you don't have it anymore, and it's because you didn't do that. But my biggest challenge is so much abundance is my kids, I don't think, and I didn't experience it at the time, I didn't know, but my kids will never be able to look back and say, wow, you know what, we were really poor and we kind of struggled there for a while. And my kids, well, and maybe we'll know in the future. It might not always be like this. So you know, I'm not going to project into the future that everything's always going to be great and honky dory and all that stuff. But I mean, that's my biggest challenge as having the financial success that I mean, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. Everything that I've done. And I'm not smart, and I don't. You know, people ask me, I was like, "Well, how do you do that?" I don't know. I'm not smart. I can't remember stuff, man. I went to school. I can't remember that stuff. I study stuff, and I can remember it until I got to take the test. And even when I preach messages, like I can remember the topic for 3 to 4 weeks. I preach the message. I know it inside and out. A month later, it's gone. It's just you know.
And I think a big part of it is just teaching responsibility and work ethic, and just that work is not a dirty thing. Work is good. It's a blessing. It's an opportunity. It's what we were made to do, whether it's our girl or our boys. Working hard is a good thing. So, I mean, I grew up with a whole lot more totally different situation, but I always had to work. So in that way, we grew up similar. That I had to pay for all my own stuff. I had to buy all my own stuff. I never. Of course, we were given gifts, you know, for special things, but things weren't handed to you just to be handed to you. So, yeah, just trying to balance that.
Yeah, the boys don't. I try my best that they don't see the negative YouTube comments because there are some terrible.
No, they're
stuff.
not allowed to read.
We had somebody that commented on 2 of our videos. One of your boys is something with my sister online, like giving my sister a hard time online. I'm like, sorry, dude, none of our kids are online, period. So either you're a government troll trying to stir the pot, or you're crazy or disillusioned or very incredibly confused.
Yeah, the kids don't read the comments.
Yeah, the kids don't read the comments unless we read them to them and let the kids respond.
Because there's some really crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
and my kids are not on any type of social media, period. I am not insane. I would not do that. All right. I don't even like doing it myself.
No, I don't either. I click on it and then, well, a lot of you, I love your comments.
Right. It's a super crazy love-hate relationship.
But then some of them I click on, I'm like, wow, that's like a really horrible thing to say. Okay, why did you waste your time saying that? That's silly. I wouldn't have wasted my time. If I don't like something, I'm not going to waste my time to spend more time typing it all out, all the reasons why I don't like something. I don't know. Or just typing bad words. Oh my. Yep. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Raising our children, living our life. That's the boys' channel. That's what you see. And I don't think it's something that anybody can tell anybody else. I think God has given you each your own children, and they all are different, and we're all different, and I don't think it's something that you can even read a book and be like, hey, I'm going to apply all this, and my kids are going to turn out great. It's just a daily walk kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I block everybody with a relatively negative comment. I don't, if I just think that they've only watched one video and they might misunderstand us, I give them some breaks, I give them some grace.
If
and
it's
I might
cursing, we block.
Oh yeah, if you're cursing, hey, one person cursed and I said, hey, if you'll remove that, I'll keep your comment up and we can talk about it. Sure. And she did, and it was great, And she didn't agree with it at the end, and that's great too.
That's fine. Like that's
very totally fine.
Libertarian.
That's the thing. That's the part I don't get, man. It's just like
a big reason why we're in Texas.
Yeah, I am like mega libertarian. I ain't gonna smoke weed or whatever, but hey, I'm cool with CBD. I'm down. As long as you ain't smoking it to get whack. I don't think you need to smoke pot to get relief from pain and PSD. Now, cannabis oil and all that good stuff, it'll totally fix it. I believe that. But I don't think you got to smoke weed to get any of the medicinal properties of it. But other than that, and I'm very in line with like the Stefan Melanu and different things. And he's an atheist. But if you listen to that guy and you're not a Christian, he would convince you to be a Christian because he understands the biggest problem I have with libertarianism is they think, well, a lot of the super duper duper hardcore ones, they just literally think that you can logically replace God and everything will be great because of contractual obligations and, people honestly want to do the right thing, which is just not true. I know that I don't. I mean, even now, I don't. I want, Paul said it, the things I want to do, I don't do. And the things I don't want to do, that I do. That's the battle of the flesh and the spirit. In the spirit, I want to do everything right. In the flesh, it's a battle. And that's not an excuse.
No.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. People say, oh, you got the perfect people, the sinless perfection people that oh, I can do all things through Christ, and I don't ever have to sin, and I haven't sinned since 1998, and all that stuff. And we had somebody like that in our Bible study, said they hadn't sinned since 1998, but they forgot that they told me 8 weeks prior to that they did this egregious thing that really wasn't egregious, and if they would have done it, it would have been completely inappropriate. So, but there's that kind of stuff. But anyway, I digress. Andy Jackson, good evening. Okay.
Oh boy. He's sleeping away.
You betcha.
Hey there.
Historical is not the same as primitive. We went to some primitive Baptist churches, and my beef with primitives is that they're...
These ones.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want to pigeonhole all primitive Baptists either, but the primitive Baptist churches we've been to are ultra Calvinist, and we are not Calvinists. We believe in the sovereignty of God, but much like Spurgeon, even though Spurgeon said he was a Calvinist, Spurgeon recognized the responsibility of man, and I do believe that man can respond to God, and but it's through the drawing of the Holy Spirit. So you cannot respond. You're responding to God from your own free will, and I use that free will term very loosely, not the way that the predominance of the way people want to recognize free will. You cannot come to God without the drawing of the Holy Spirit. So can you come to God whenever? No. So it's the Bible says except the Holy Spirit draw them. So there is a limit. There is an extreme limit to free will, and that's the limit. It's the Holy Spirit. But I believe that the Holy Spirit draws everybody, and then they respond, and you either reject, you quench the Spirit, or you respond, and you repent and believe the gospel. But so from our experience, primitive Baptist is like super Calvinist, and these Calvinists, like they don't want to even do anything. And when you listen to their gospel, it's just like, well, I was elect and chosen, so here we are.
Yeah, and I mean we only visited 3.
We visited 3, and we went several times.
3 here in this local area, and they
all believe the same thing.
Belief was a work. So you couldn't even believe the gospel because the belief would be a work. So it was really extreme type of Calvinism that we had never heard of before. And I mean, we have friends that say that they're Calvinistic, and they would totally disagree with that take on salvation.
That is the sin of pride, saying that you're too good to commit sin. I totally, from what I've seen from sinless perfection people, it's 1,000,000% pride. Because, like I said, I get up every morning, and the closer I get to God, the more I'm like, stuff that never bothered me before that I didn't even think was an issue. I'm like, oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. So I can't even wrap my head around the idea of being perfect. That's why we long to be with God.
That's right. Well,
if I was perfect, if I could be perfect, I'm like, no, this is great. I got a beautiful wife. I got all these awesome kids. I'm stinking staying here, man. I am perfect, dude. I am stinking staying here with all the aches and pains. This is awesome. No, man, I want to be with God because I am terrible.
Well, Paul said, "Oh, wretched man."
Yeah. Paul said he was the chief of sinners. Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from this body of death? He wasn't talking about his aches and pains. He was talking about the battle between the flesh and the spirit.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
So, but there are a lot of good things about primitive Baptists that we totally respected, but just when it came down to the salvation that was preached here in these local churches that we were in, we just couldn't line up with the salvation message that they were preaching.
Yeah.
But a lot of good things that we totally respected about
Do you have any tips for modest dress in the summer, Texas Mom?
No, it's hot. It's really hot. In my California sweet friend says you just have to sweat, and that's how it is. And you know what? I think she's right, as much as I don't like that answer. I don't like that answer, because you know, we want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And
fortunately for me, I sweat when it's 50. So I just sweat all the time, so it doesn't really... Any fabrics that are better.
I think jersey t-shirt kind of material is awesome.
Yeah.
It's just lighter weight. I don't know. Yeah.
Loose weight clothing, Mr. Rain says. There you go. Yeah, it was I think 103 here today. No, we do believe that tongues have ceased. We don't believe in tongues because we're, you know, we believe that tongues was a fulfillment of prophecy in Joel, and it was a sign, and the Jews seek a sign, and we believe it was a sign to the Jews, and it was a fulfillment of Joel. And when that in part, you know, I believe that the finalization of the canon of Scripture was the reason that there was no longer the need for tongues. And that's my opinion. And that's the way I read it, and that's the way I see it. And I've never, and Texas Mom has some experience and background and all that, and it just, every time I've ever seen it, I've never experienced it, every time I've witnessed it, it has not been right. Yeah. So we have a lot of experience with that stuff.
Oh, he's complaining.
You wear leggings under your skirts.
No.
No. Oh, and I love all the skirt comments, right? Well, Heidi knows about this, where people say, oh, you can't do this, that, and the other in skirts. Go watch the Edwardian Farm series, right? Like, this is the stuff that cracks me up. Same thing with head covering. We'll get, these guys want to argue about head covering and how it's not required, which, one, nobody's, you know, first off, saying it's required is one thing, right? But no, it's not in the Bible. Well, regardless of whether it was or wasn't, okay, we can, if you want to, you can't really argue about it, but let's say it's not there, right? Then why did everybody do it? Because everybody does it. And if I get the Muslim thing one more time, I'm going to stink and knock my head through this wall because, oh, you're just trying to be, no, don't you, have you ever watched A Little House on the Prairie, dude? Like, we're not that far removed from the head covering. We're 100 years removed. It's like the stinking Mandela effect, right? And it is. People want to act like women covered their head. They did. They still do. The Amish and the Mennonites still do. Do you think that they pulled that out of the blue? And
So
have you seen these Muslims, right, with this crazy junk? Yeah, they'll be all like this, right? And then they'll have this crazy Jezebel painted war paint face mask with these crazy tight jeans on. And I'm like, there's your modern day Muslim right there with her coochie cutter Heiner jeans and her Jezebel painted face with her little picture frame around her head. And like, you don't even understand the concept of modesty. You put that thing on your head like it's some Superman outfit, and you think it makes you super Muslim with your coochie cutter jeans on and your war paint all dolled up with your stinking Corvette red lipstick. It's crazy, man. It's cognitive dissonance.
We saw that a lot up north. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you see a lot up north. It's crazy. And, you know, it's a lot in certain communities and certain whatever. But I'm just like, do you even understand? Like, it's just proof that
it's just funny.
It's cognitive dissonance. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you just, like you said, you go to the Amish or Mennonite communities right now, and those women are working and doing everything that they need to do in dresses and skirts, and they're not lining up at the ER because it's dangerous to work in a skirt. I mean, there's, it's, you know, you don't do foolish things, but you can do what needs to be done and find ways to do it. So, And would I wear leggings underneath my skirt when it's cooler here? Yes. Does that make it more practical to get stuff done when you're working and doing things? Yes. But on a daily basis, especially at this season in my life, when I'm just in the house with babies, no, I don't have leggings on underneath my skirt. I know some women are convicted like that and feel more comfortable, and amen, that's awesome. I feel like I'm okay in my house with my family without leggings on. It's hot. It was 102 today, so mostly it's been like 106.
Somebody asked, have you ever gotten harassed by people thinking you're a Muslim?
No, I haven't.
No, we did. Somebody did ask Texas Mom once if we were Midianites. And we were looking at houses, and this guy, the homeowner, he was like, so now, are y'all Midianites?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to misrepresent my faith, so I am careful as much as I can be to not portray myself as a Muslim, because I don't want to misrepresent who I am. But no, I haven't.
Texas Mom, have you ever wore jeans as a teenager?
I used to live in jeans.
Texas Mom was a cowgirl, y'all.
I trained horses, and I rode horses my whole life, and I wore jeans all year round, and that's what I lived in. So anything Christian was totally foreign to me.
Well, you know, the Midianites were in the Old Testament. You know, they were enemies. The Midianites were enemies of the Jews. And he got his biblical references. He got the Mennonites mixed up with the Midianites. So I thought that was hilarious.
That's cute. Yeah.
Look, Nina said, when she was a child, every woman wore skirts. Exactly. We are not that far removed from society, from basic modesty, where whether you were a feminist, whether you were an atheist, whether you, whatever you were one, you were modest, and two, and people want to act just like with the head covering, like, no, women never did that. That's not required. They never did that. It's not required. Well, then why did all of them do it? And why did the non-Christian ones do it too? It's funny that people want to just deny history. History is on the side of the head covering. I mean, it's irrefutable. It's everywhere. There's quotes and it's undeniable. Now, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But
and like, you know, I said there's, you know, I just emailed a lady back, sweet lady, and I think I want to do a video on her question. It was very good. But I mean, and there's a million ways to be modest. There's not one way. There's tons of ways. We each have our own husbands. We have our own fathers. We have our own people that we have to live with. And, you know, there's not one way to do something. I think you can be totally modest and covered up in many different ways. So, yeah. I could go on with that. Yeah.
Did you wear spurs, Texas Mom?
Yes, I did wear spurs.
Dude, she used to show horses, y'all. She had like a fancy saddle.
I had fancy spurs too.
She had fancy spurs, silver,
spurs,
y'all.
And then I had my everyday ones too. Yeah, I trained horses.
Don't mess with Texas Mom.
Yeah.
Wilson Z, what's up, man? Where you been?
It's just funny that now we're in Texas and surrounded by all of this, and the Lord has just.
I know, it's funny. Same thing with me. I was the biggest football worshiper. I was the biggest Dallas Cowboys
that's so funny.
worshiper. My brother graduated from University of Florida with Emmitt Smith, and I was a big Gators fan, and the Cowboys drafted Emmitt Smith, and I became the biggest bleeding diehard Cowboys fan. And with the providence of God and God has an incredible sense of humor, y'all. He totally does. He moves Cowgirl to Texas, who doesn't wear jeans and spurs anymore.
Yeah.
And he moves the football NFL worshiping biggest Dallas Cowboys fan to Texas. and I don't even want to go to Jerry World, y'all. And I think I am going to Jerry World for some training, continuing education credits or something like that. I think so. It's going to be funny. So I'm going to be going to Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go to Jerry World and look at the idol they got built out there. That's going to be funny. But yeah, that is some hilarious stuff. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it is funny how God can change your heart.
Let me know if I missed anybody's questions because I'm getting rapid fire here.
You're getting some good insight.
Yeah, and Verizon is like being super cool. Like it's been just rolling.
Yeah, you're getting some.
You guys are getting behind the scenes, man, getting your
are.
questions answered.
I know.
This is like hard copy or something from the '80s. I don't know. Hard copy was probably terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
2020.
Nate Newton, yeah, dude, that's my wheelhouse, dude. Okay. Do the kids ever see Texas Mom without her head covers? Yeah.
Yep.
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 So what would you wear to ride a horse now, Texas Mom?
I would put on some leggings or jeans underneath if it was cool enough, and I would wear my skirt and I would ride a horse. And it can be done, and we have friends that do that. We have several families of friends that do that very safely. And that's what I would do.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. Then Dynamic Amethyst. Hello. They can barely hear you, Texas Mom. That's because the microphone's over there
really
behind the camera,
away.
and she's very soft-spoken.
If I sit down, he's gonna wake up and cry.
And I always tell Texas Mom, "Speak up, Texas Mom." And I'm a big mouth.
You didn't hear what I would wear to ride a horse right now. Well, first of all, me on a horse would be a very sad sight right now because it has been very, very many years. I don't even want to count how many years.
Would you ride side saddle or regular?
No, I would ride regular. I would be scared to ride side saddle. I've never done that. That would freak me out, I think. I don't know. That's weird. But it's not weird if you do it. If you do it, praise the Lord. I don't know. It looks beautiful and elegant and all of that. I would feel really strange doing that because I've never done that. But I would just put on some pants, and then I would put on my skirt.
California girls wears long loose skirts and a head cover while riding horses.
Yep. And
there you go. Boom.
And I would.
We are Baptist. Dynamic Amethyst.
And I would ride the horse with a skirt covering myself up. And that's what I would do. And it can be done.
Would you wear a swimming costume at the beach or the pool? A line is obviously from the other side of the pond and would like to know if you wear a swimming costume.
Well, I have a funny story about that. But
tell them your story. I don't know. What is it? Is it appropriate? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to share that funny story. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. But,
oh, hey, let's talk about this. As a modest mother, I hate breastfeeding outside. Even with a cover, I always go to the bathroom. Dude, these people that are cool with breastfeeding in public and just popping their boob out.
No, openly. You're talking about
uncovered. No, I'm sorry. Uncovered. Dude, I don't care. And I realize, but that's just thinking, that is inappropriate. I don't care how, there's lots of natural things. Hey, y'all, I don't want to be gross and vulgar, but number 2 is totally natural. You know what? And I don't want to watch anybody do that.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, y'all. And I know this is family friendly. That's why I use the number 2. But I'm just saying, y'all, all right? So keep your boobies, all right? And is that a family-friendly word?
I don't know.
Keep your breastises or whatever, all right? Just saying. It's not, come on.
They make covers.
They do make covers.
You can be covered.
Texas Mom has lots of covers.
Yep.
All kinds of cool stuff.
Yep.
And it's totally easy to use, lightweight.
Yeah.
Modest, works real good.
You can throw something.
It's like a Superman. It's like Super Mommy cape, and you flip it around backwards, and you're off to the races.
Yeah. And I mean, especially if you're out in public, I mean, I don't know. That's just my personal. I would be covered up in public. But I don't know. What was the other question? We were talking about something. Oh, a swimming costume. A swimming costume.
Christy Hermione Miss. Well, hold on. Anonymous Texas mom and dad, I'm trying to get a response to my congratulations on little Tex, and I love you.
Aww.
Well, thank you. Thank you for watching.
That's so sweet. There's lots of modest things that you can wear swimming. You need to pray about that and work that out between you and the Lord. I've worn different things over the years to swim in, and every time it's where I was with my walk with the Lord, and I felt like I was right and okay to be wearing what I was wearing, and that has changed over time. And I'm not going to say and pigeonhole myself into what I would wear right now if I went swimming, and then it could be, you know, different a year from now. I can't tell anybody what to do. Y'all need to pray about that and work it out between you and the Lord. I mean, there's lots of options.
And moderators, if anybody says anything terrible, they can be permanently blocked. You don't have to time them out. You can just like kick them into Facebook, same thing. Kick them into YouTube nether regions or whatever. Okay, let's see. Swimming suits. More like brawl. Yeah, it's kind of interesting with the whole even swimming thing. Like, I don't know. Yeah, there's modest ways to do it, but we just don't. I mean, we don't go to the beach anymore. You really can't go to the beach unless you want. You know, that's the whole thing. I mean, if you're going to take a position on modesty and you don't want to be, you don't want to look at naked people, you kind of can't go to the beach. I mean, you know.
It's like an off season.
You know, because that's the thing. I'm not saying, oh, you all need to cover up because I know you're all going to be nude there, so we ain't going. You know, so we don't go. So that's, I love the beach. And I used to work at the shore and all that good stuff. And, but I ain't going because everybody's naked.
Or, I mean, you could go and enjoy places like
That's right, we ban them permanently.
if there's not people.
Yeah, you can go if nobody's there. Oh, Texas mom and buying clothes. She's just always, it's always a challenge.
It is a challenge.
See you, Gerald. Okay. Let's see. What's our dream for our homestead? I would love to homestead full time and do edible landscapes and work with the boys. You know, we're talking about different ideas with maybe cows or Normandies or something. It's all a work in progress. We're just kind of rolling with it. Right now, I don't want to say it's overwhelming, but it's just difficult to get anything done. But that's the season we're in, so it's okay. George Michael Tuesday. We just wrap our kids in paper bags and throw them outside. Okay. See you, Nordic Star Homestead.
I'm feeding the baby.
Oh, Texas mom's feeding the baby. In private, y'all, not live on YouTube. All right? There's some use a little common sense. All right, Aline, thanks for hanging out with us, and thank you for putting up with us because you see things very differently than we do, and we are not anathema to you. So I think that's great. Okay. What are we going to be doing with our new land? We will definitely, well, I hate to say anything definitely because we don't know what the Lord wants, but I want to say that we would like to build there, and that could potentially happen next year. So that's what I think we're going to be doing. Oh, Texas Leslie. Well, it's good having you on. Another Texan. We close on our homestead here in Oklahoma in 2 weeks. That's awesome, chicken gal. That is sweet. This has been the best live feed so far. I really have enjoyed. Yeah, well, it hasn't knocked us off, so that's been super awesome. Because I can't have a clear train of thought as it is. But then okay,
And it's nice and chill.
Yeah, and it's nice and because there aren't little ones screaming. Yeah, the one thing that you know that's the one of the big things I learned about studying Baptist history is when the Catholics were slaughtering the Waldenses in the valleys of Piedmont, they lived in peace with the Muslims. With the Muslims. Something to think about, y'all. Just saying. Now, look, I'm not this peace and harmony and like let people kill us and all that stuff now. But I think we should live in peace with all men. And but I will protect my family with deadly force, and I will protect my property if need be with deadly force. So I'm certainly not a pacifist. But we should dwell in peace with all men. And guess what? Now there are bad Muslims that most of the Muslim stuff we see going on right now is CIA, political coadjutor stuff. Most Muslims, if we didn't blow up all their women and children and destroy their homeland, they would leave us the stink alone. And that is just the absolute fact. And most of the terroristic stuff we see is absolutely white dudes with rags around their head, with military tattoos, okay, is straight up CIA, which is why I don't buy into the current regime we have, because the deep state is still in force, and the deep state is so entrenched that if anybody tried to do anything against this deep state, they'd wipe them out. Just ask JFK. So, but, wow. Jonathan said his pastor's an ex-Muslim. Check that out. We're also from Texas. Northeast Texas. Currently located in Tennessee. Due to medical school. Taylor Lyle. What part of Northeast Texas where you at in Tennessee? I got peoples in Tennessee. And I got peoples in Texas. Jessica, hey, I disagree with most, but I put up with y'all. Lowell's girl. Good evening. It says in the Quran to kill. Correct. Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff with the. Yeah, and I understand the Haditha and the Quran and Muhammad, and Muhammad was all peaceful until he got into power, and then he wanted to kill everybody. And I am not denying the Muslim part of take over the world. I'm not blind to that either. And I'm not saying we should just let them. But all this Muslim infusion in here is being done by our government. And so, and they do want to kill us. All right? And I'm not, and we give them full ride, full boat welfare, and they do whatever they want. And there's a Muslim training ground down here in McKinney that nobody in Texas wants to do anything about, and the feds won't do anything about. And it's just like the Islamberg place up in New York, and the government's doing it, y'all. And it's the government. And so that's what I say. I'm way more scared of my government than I am of any Muslim. And I don't care what color you are or what background you are. You come and try to mess with my family, mess with my kids, or mess with my stuff, you'll probably eat lead. That's all. I'm gonna protect my family. And ain't getting on the bus. I got a good friend, Marty, he says, ain't getting on the bus. Ain't getting on the bus. I'm sorry, I said McKinney. There's a Muslim terror cell here in Texas. I'll find it out and I'll email you about it. But it's in here, and they exposed it about 8 years ago, and it's a full compound, training compound. We don't do anything about it. I got all the information somewhere, but I'll get it to you, Jonathan. Yep. Yeah, government kills more people than anybody. They always have, so. Death by government. Deanne said, careful talking about the government. They'll mess with the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's not McCain. I'll think of it. McAllen. I'll think of it. It's about to blow it. They think I'm going to blow the stream if I start going on a political rant. But yeah, so, well, what do you think, Texas Mom?
I think
Want to wrap it up, y'all? Anybody got any last parting questions here? Oh, you're in Knoxville, but you're from Texarkana. Check that out. Stay away from Memphis. Just a tip. No.
so the boys will probably start making videos again after the 31st. You want to tell them?
Yeah, the boys will be back up to speed. Grandparents leave the 31st, so we'll be back online making vids, and we got lots of good stuff to update. Our California friends are hopefully going to be selling their house soon, and they'll be joining us out here. We got lots of other great friends that are apparently joining us or whatever. Oh, Texas Leslie's from Palestine. See, I even know how to say Palestine. I don't say Palestine.
I say Palestine.
Texas Mom says Palestine. Lowell says, hello, Texas Mom.
Hello, I'm sorry. I'm not over there.
Oh, you're going to Memphis tomorrow? Oh, they call, well, I won't tell you what they call Memphis, but no. You be packing, yo. Because they be packing. Just saying. Did you get morning sickness while pregnant? Not really.
With Miss Butterfly.
Oh, yeah, with Miss Butterfly.
I've never, like, actually gotten sick. Just nauseous. Yeah.
Right.
God's been good.
But, yeah, with Miss Butterfly, it was definitely different.
I was nauseous, like, all day with her. You might have to say that. 'Cause I don't
Yeah, Texas Mom was nauseous all day with Miss Butterfly. We could definitely tell the hormones were different. There was something going on. See you, Jonathan. Great having you on, bro. We don't grow avocados. Avocados is another 9B kind of tropical. I would like to.
Can you tell him about little Junior and avocados?
Junior loves avocados, man. It's crazy. Just stinking eat them.
Tell what he says they taste like.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Junior says avocados taste like ice cream. I'm like, wow, you got a... That's an interesting ice cream there, bro. Do we think you'd be too old? I don't think so. You're never too old. I feel like I'm 80, so if that gives you hope, there you go.
Too old to do what?
Hubby and I want to retire and get some land in about 2 years. Hey, Larry and Melanie, how old are they? They're in their mid-60s.
Yeah, they're.
And they're running Longhorn, man. They're making it happen.
And you can always scale it to what you need. I mean, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
You just do it on a small scale. That's all. Avocados are the new butter. Oh, figs will grow in Florida like crazy. Oh, they love your climate. And if you're 9, oh man, you could grow anything.
Tell them about that new fig you just learned about today, the strawberry.
Yeah, the strawberry verte fig. Might have to get one of those for right outside the front door. Sounds really good.
What are you gonna do if we move?
If we move, I'm cooked. But see, I can propagate. I'm already doing air layers on like 4 or 5 or 6 of my trees because I'm planning. I'm going to be transplanting stuff over to the new property, which will be even better if we move in a couple years because then that stuff will be like super established.
Yeah.
Sandy soil is great for figs because they like the drainage. You can always grow them in pots. Where did you get a 7-foot tall kefir pear? Josh and Mandy, that sounds awesome.
Wow.
I love kefir pears. I have kefir pears on the tree right now. See you, Desert Angel Homestead. Have a good night.
Tell Josh and Mandy if any of their ducks start to lay on their eggs and sit on their eggs, be careful of fire ants.
Oh yeah, Josh and Mandy, if any of the Muscovies start going broody on the eggs, just be careful for the fire ants. We haven't been able to manage the fire ants this year. Okay. Texas baby's doing great, Rosemary. Kidney? What do you do with figs? I eat them until I have to go to the bathroom now. It's funny, I'll have customers who are like, I got all these figs, and I'm like, oh, can I have some? Because I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed, y'all. Just be like, oh, can I have some? Like, yo, you can't eat that many. I'm like, you watch me, I can. I do want to say that I love your honesty. You call it no filter, but it's real, and we love it and appreciate it. We're tired of the candy coating fake stuff. Thanks for keeping it real. Well, thank you, Norcy. I appreciate it. I do think that there's people that, like, look, we can all be honest, and I don't have to be right either, but I do think I'm right, and I would hope to not think I'm wrong. I mean, that's called you're schizophrenic or whatever. But I mean, yep, just say how like it is. Night, Eric. Thanks for stopping on, man. Appreciate it. An inside garden, just small pots. You can grow a lot inside. You can grow a lot inside. Yep. Oh, Weetree saying Amdro for the kill on the fire ants. Yep, that'll definitely work. Okay. We won't sell our current property. At the most I might do is Airbnb it out. And if I did sell, I'd sell it to friends, but probably not going to sell my property. They ain't making more property down here, y'all. I ain't selling it.
Well, and we don't know which of the boys make.
Yeah, and we don't know what the boys are going to do with what. And the boys are making a little bit of money on the channel. They're not, you know, they reinvest it back in the channel. They're always looking at like new lenses and new stuff, man. And so they always want to make the channel better. So they're not making enough to do anything with the money, but just enough to just reinvest in the channel and, you know, that kind of cool stuff.
They want to get on that Skillshare.
Oh, man. They started sitting on a clutch, but the chickens broke them all after 25 days. 25 Oh, man. They're right there. That stinks. Yeah, when they go broody, man, they will hatch them out.
Yeah.
It's great.
We had one successful one. We moved her inside.
Good night, Tracy.
In a tote.
Yes, yep. Yeah, I think it would be super cool. See you, Jeff. Have a good night, Vormans. I think it would be super cool to have, like, just this fruit paradise Airbnb. I think people would really dig that. I know I would. But, you know, I think everybody thinks like me. That might make it a really bad idea because I think like very few people maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible idea. You can... Hey, Michigan Mike, there are several cold varieties, but they're not going to be... I mean, Chicago Hardy can get cold, and so can brown turkey, but they only go down to 0. But there are several like zone 6, but you got to look at European varieties. But yeah, you can get a lot of cold varieties that'll hang in Michigan. But you got to go exotic. Treesofjoy.com. The guy's in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and you can hit him up for some zone 6 varieties. He has several, but they're all going to be like European. They're all going to be him sweeping, mommy.
Hopefully he stays asleep for a little bit.
Josh, man, he said the only new land is in Hawaii. Yeah, Trees of Joy. He's got really good pricing, really good shipping. I'm probably going to be getting a couple trees from him. Hey, if you buy anything from Trees of Joy, let him know the Texas Boys sent you. And how many weeks are hens brooding? Now that's kind of like a tough question. Like they kind of just do it when they do it, right? It's not. You just got to catch them when they.
Yeah, I think every hen is different. Some don't go broody, some do go broody often. I wish we would have some broodies. We have not had one broody this year.
Yeah, we would love to review products and do all that cool stuff. Now, Wilson, where are you at with that brown turkey? What zone are you in? Because I know brown turkey, I think, goes down to 0. I have 4 pawpaw trees in the ground. They look super sad when I put them in. I thought they were dead when I planted them. They started to leaf out, and now they look bad. But I know that this year was a really bad year for pawpaws. Something about something. So, but I will be getting more pawpaw trees. Yes, European figs would absolutely grow in western Wisconsin, and there's a couple nurseries up. There's one up by Rain Country. It's Rain Tree Nursery. But Trees of Joy, he has a lot of European variety that are Zone 6. So if you contact him, the guy's name is Boss, Baas, and he knows his stuff, and he could definitely get you a fig. So you're Zone 7. Wow, and you got to bring a brown turkey in, huh? That's rough. Slidell, Louisiana. Homemade home. Good evening. But yeah, there's definitely several fig variety that would grow up there. There's some really good cold tolerant variety from Europe, and they're beautiful. Yeah, same thing with Zone 7. Wilson, you could definitely get a couple Zone 6 figs that you wouldn't even have to bring inside. Yeah, he will answer your questions. He's hopefully looking for a couple of trees for me. I have 22 varieties, and I'm just wanting to collect a couple, just as many, because what I want to do ultimately is propagate them and sell them. And so you do want to have exotic varieties, because it's incredible. Like the Black Madeira, if you can propagate it, they go for like $100 a tree. So that's why I want to do that kind of stuff. FZ Family Homestead, good evening. Thanks for subscribing. What kind of figs do you have, Deanna, in Florida? I am looking to collect figs, and I can propagate cuttings, and I can graft cuttings. Although all of my grafts, but I'm still learning about grafting, and I just didn't properly wrap the graft pieces that I grafted, so. What's up, Junior? Can you sneak through there, Bobo? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. You need help? You good? Okay, Bobo. Yeah, Deanna, let me know if you know what variety of figs you got. Okay, Bobo. All right, y'all. Well, Junior needs some help. I think we're gonna sign off. We got to get going. If you have any fig questions, please email me. Most fig trees are self-fertile, so you shouldn't need more than one. All right. Oh, I'm coming. Sorry, y'all. I got to bounce. See y'all. Have a good night. Thanks, moderators. Oops, did it? I'm sorry. Did it? What just happened? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. No, y'all. Okay, Bubba?